Antwann Hill. David, take it away with this guy who was formerly committed to Colorado but thought better of it and now remains uncommitted out of the state of Georgia.
Yeah, Antwann Hill, he's the quarterback 11 in the class, 111th overall. He is 6'4.5", 215 pounds at Houston County High School in Georgia. It's the 26th ranked team in Georgia with a 51 team power ranking and a 37 strength of schedule. Like you said, he was committed to Colorado. He's uncommitted at the moment. It sounds like Florida and Memphis are pushing pretty hard for him at the moment. He really wants to play early on, so it sounds like he's a Memphis lean, but something to monitor there. He is a 53rd percentile athlete. As far as I can tell, he's just a one sport guy. Has a pretty good arm. We got him in the 52 max mile per hour, max ball velocity area. Put up some solid stats. 200. So he had 2,732 yards, 65 completion percentage, 8.8 yards per attempt. 31 touchdowns to 5 interceptions is good. And then 55 carries for -4 yards and 4 touchdowns. And that's kind of for some people, that might be a non-starter. I'd probably be included in those. Listen, -4 yards. I mean, it's high school. You gotta be better than that. You gotta have a little more mobility than that. He can deliver from the pocket, which is good. And you can see that he can run a little bit. It's just, I don't know if he's just taking a ton of sacks or what the case is, but we kind of talked about him a couple of months ago on an episode. And I just think his feet are just really slow for me. And that's just the one, it's hard for me. I just feel like he's not going to be able to evade pressure. He doesn't really make a lot of plays outside of the pocket. So he doesn't really fit the modern mold of a quarterback. His arm action looks pretty slow to me. So I just feel like he's going to be late on a lot of throws. It sounds like he did pretty well at the Elite 11 regional, but hasn't gotten a finals invite yet. So I think they still have 6 guys to invite at the moment. And so he could still get in there, and it would be interesting if he got in there and showed out well. I think the reason why he's got a lot of interest is, I mean, if you just look at him, he's the prototype size, and he has a really nice build and a good physique and everything. And he does have a good arm. He doesn't have to throw his whole body into it to get decent velocity. Throws a pretty good spiral generally, catchable ball, all those things. It's just for us, for fantasy football players, it's just if you can't run it, it's pretty rough. And if he does go to Memphis, I guess he'd be mildly interesting, because it's I could maybe feel all right about projecting him as a starter there. So that would be interesting. But if he doesn't and he goes to a decent Power 5 team, I don't think I can be in on that.
Yeah. Before I throw it to Matt real quick here, I was just going to also add, I think it was On3 did a review of all the first round quarterbacks. We've kind of cited this article a few times on this show. 0 out of 33 first round quarterbacks, I think dating back to 2015, had negative rushing yards in high school. So it's not really about being Lamar Jackson. It's just a very minimum. And so he'd have to run for 200, 300 yards this year to get up to over negative for his career. So that is concerning. Matt, I know you said you wouldn't have too much to say. What do you want to chime in about Antwann Hill here?
I think I feel kind of similarly about him as I did Achilles Smith. Big body quarterback, not necessarily the biggest arms, but good enough, but not really super mobile guys. I mean, they can run, but they just choose not to, or I don't know. But I'm pretty lukewarm. Definitely hoping for at least a CFF projectable landing spot.
Memphis would be that. Memphis certainly would be that. I I think he's got a lot of red flags for us. One sport athlete, no running, slow. He just kind of seems like a physically slow guy, and the motion's long. I would agree. I'm with David. With the rushing yards, to me is a death knell. To have negative in your high school career. And his arm's not even like a howitzer. I mean, it's good. It's not below. It's about average, maybe slightly above average. And he looks like he kind of reminds me a little bit of like when I remember watching like Dwayne Haskins in high school, who went on to have a very nice career at Ohio State. He got drafted in the first round. A good talent, good arm talent, but kind of a see it, throw it guy where, just take your step, hit your mark, can throw it accurately. His completion percentage is pretty good. Talking about Antwann Hill again. Completion percentage is real nice, but just not a lot of improvisation, not a lot of like, wow. It's just, he hits the guy in stride. That's good. I think it takes more than that. And we've described guys who seem to have more creativity or more versatility. And Hill almost seems a little robotic. Like he just goes back there and then he makes his throw and it's good. But that doesn't always work when you're, evading rushers, and certainly at the NFL level. So I don't think he profiles to me as someone I'm super excited about. But yeah, like Memphis, I mean, yeah, he could put up 5,000 yards at Memphis. I mean, if he finds his way to like Georgia State or, something like that, I mean, yeah, he could put up tons of G5 yards. It seems like he's leaning that way too. So I think that's also speaking for itself that he's not, a high P4 potential guy. So that's Antwann Hill. If you like what we're doing on the official, go ahead and like and subscribe here so you don't miss when we bring up 3 more guys each and every week.